New evidence. I just told you, in the chest freezer where the bodies were found, the perpetrators left the knife, a K-bar knife, clothing, hats, and many of these items had blood on them. That's the new evidence that was never released before, that this was in the chest freezer, along with other things found on that scene. Again, let's also realize that this evidence becomes so strong because it's in a chest freezer with the two bodies of the victims. So these geniuses, these criminals, the 5 involved in this, figure, let's get rid of everything and they'll never find anything. They'll never find the bodies. They'll never find this. Let's throw the knife, our clothing, and duct tape. There was a bunch of things. I don't have the list with me right now, into the chest freezer because they figured they're never going to find this. They're never going to find any of this. So let's just throw it into the hole here. And that's what they did. And Pamela White, thank you so much for the $10 super sticker. I love listening to you, Bill. Well, thank you, Pamela White, so much. Thank you so much for your support. Miss Collections item CA. Is that okay? Do you understand now? Are you clear with that's what the evidence they found? Rock Chalk, true crime iPhone is recovered in the arrest affidavit, at least one. I know that they also recovered all of the burner phones. So the evidence that they have in this case is tremendous. It's tremendous. But this additional evidence dots the I's and crosses the T's because the evidence that was found, of course, was in the grave that was never, ever supposed to be discovered. Michelle Battersby, Sergeant Bill, you're keeping the case alive. Thank you. Well, thank you. I don't want to get like redundant and not just come on when there's nothing new, but this is new because I think that, all these cases, Heather, whatever, my grandparents always looked old, but so precious. Hey, it's Jay, rock all rocks. What do we got here? Lotus, my hubby keeps his anvil in his shop next to the vice grip. I don't know why any would be driving around with one, maybe a portable blacksmith or horseshoer. Yeah, that whole plan, it was reported that they were going to try to throw an anvil through their windshield. I don't know. That just sounds so crazy. I know, of course, the funny part of it is that we think that Sassy Girl looking like Paul G is the weak link. Sassy Girl, he talked. He confessed too. So he's useless now as to cut a deal for himself because he already, unless when he confessed, he had some written deal. Otherwise, he just confessed. He's not getting any deal. He could still get the death penalty. We always thought, at least Mike Geary, my co-host, thought that Cora Twombly, the bottom right on this thumbnail, was the weak link, that she was the one that would sing like a parakeet. We don't have any evidence of that, but she seemed like the weakest link when they first made these arrests. But that was before they brought Paul Grace in. I'm going to put this up on the screen. This is part of the affidavit. And this was one of the most important things. I just knocked it off the screen somehow. Let me see. Here we go. Let's see if I can get it again. Okay. Let me just make it a little smaller because it just jumped up. I think this was one of the most important parts. That's where the daughter, the 16-year-old daughter, speaks to the police. And I think that was one of the most important things. Let me just put this up on the screen till I find this where it was in this case. That the 16-year-old daughter of Cora Twombly immediately started talking to the police when they came to their house. And that, I think, was one of the most important things because eyewitness, well, it wasn't even eyewitness. In this case, it was somewhat like ear witness testimony that she had heard things that her mother, Cora, she had said, "Oh, I heard they're buried in the ground like 10 or 15 feet. Is that true?" And her mother responded, "Yes, something like that." Like, how horrific is that? Something like that. Yeah, she sort of confirmed it, Uh, just absolutely horrific. No, I can't find it, of course. Let me see if I can